You are absolutely wrong about Algorand. Pretty much everyone is wrong about the crypto market right now. Crypto couldn't be in a better position. It's so easy to make money in crypto right now, and I'm going to explain to you exactly why that is, as well as show you the news and the latest metrics that is showing me exactly what is about to happen. As soon as you hit that like button, let's get into today's video. Now guys, you have seen a lot of crypto FUD right now. Fear, uncertainty, and doubt. And it can be a bit unnerving. And lots of people in the free Telegram, link down below, have been saying, oh, I think it's going to go further down. This news is going to be the end of crypto, okay? Crypto is going to plummet further down. We're going to see Bitcoin below 20K. All the others are going to plummet with it. This piece of news, SEC files motion to freeze assets of 2 Binance US units. And this includes a range of coins, but most notably for us today, Algorand. Now, what I want to draw your attention to, and I've done this a few times, is this quote from Warren Buffett: buy fear and sell greed. What that really means is when fear is surrounding the markets, it's ultimately the best time to buy, because fear comes in during periods when we're low down in value, and greed and excitement come in when we're up high in the markets. So when you see a lot of fear and uncertainty and doubt, actually you have to fight against that inner urge to do something, which is sell, and actually what you really need to be doing is buying. Now that's not financial advice. That's just what I'm doing right now, because this is the best opportunity you're probably going to see. And I was going through the Discord channel, which is linked down below, guys, called the Inner Circle. And I've got my favorite Twitter feeds being fed into here all the time. And there's this one from Mustache, okay? I think Bitcoin is on the verge of a very big move. And what is going to happen if Bitcoin has a very big move? Well, you're going to see the altcoins moving aggressively as well, particularly the large caps, of which Algorand is one. When the BBWP shows a blue bar, there is always a very strong move afterwards. In 2015 and 2020, Bitcoin was above the EMA 20 at the same time, which meant a bull market, and in 2018 below the EMA, which meant a bear market. Bitcoin is currently above the 20 EMA. So looking into this a little bit closer, these are the blue bars that we're talking about down below. And you can see this one, first of all, back in 2015, I believe. You can see a massive move that happened afterwards, surge towards the upside. Next one came 2018. This was obviously a pretty catastrophic move towards the downside. And that came after the bull market. And that came after like not a very long period of downside action. Then the next one you can see triggered pretty much the bull market. Now we've got another blue bar rolling in here. Notice the spacing between these blue bars as well. Now you can see that we are currently sat just above the 20 EMA, and then we're getting the blue bar, which on previous data, of which there is not a huge amount, that would indicate that we are going to continue towards the upside. We are also dragging on quite far from the last bull market top, which, you know, does indicate to me that we are ready to kind of move on further. And we have had obviously our FTX sell-off. We have had some pretty bad blood in the streets in crypto. If we were to see it again, I don't think the SEC is really going to be the one that's going to push us over the edge. And how do you know that this is the time to invest? Well, a few smart investors are starting to indicate to you exactly what you should be doing. Kathy Wood from ARK Invest, which is one of the leading investment funds in crypto, is buying the dip with $21.6 million worth of Coinbase's coin amid the SEC lawsuit. This SEC lawsuit is pretty much designed to drag the market down, in my opinion, but actually I'm starting to understand something different. The SEC right now is having a huge impact on crypto in the US, and obviously it's having a knock-on effect in the global atmosphere. However, notice that Hong Kong and China have started to say that the coins that they're going to be launching and allowing to trade are all the coins that the SEC are not going to allow. So it's just going to mean that it's all going to shift out. And if you want a VPN so that you can trade without having to use Coinbase and Binance, then just jump across to the link down below, guys, for NordVPN. You get a 30-day money-back guarantee, and with this link, you'll get a 3-month free trial, so you can avoid using things like Coinbase, Binance US if you are a US-based citizen, and you can just trade on the outside. No brainer. For less than like a price of a coffee, you can trade safely away from any risk that you might be thinking that comes in from the SEC right now. So I'm going to get on to why Algorand right now is one of my hot picks in just a minute. We'll look at the charts. But you know, we were seeing some of the news that's been coming out about Algorand. I've been covering it a little bit before. Algorand Foundation has been branching out into India. Now, India now is pretty much one of, if not the fastest growing economy in the world. And not only that, it has now the world's largest population. You only have to look at what happened in China over the last 20 to 30 years to understand what is really going on in India right now and the potential that is going to flow out of that particular country. Algorand is positioning itself in India to be pretty much the blockchain of choice for the Indian citizens, and that's extremely exciting. Back in the development of Web 2, India was kind of like the back office staff for development of a lot of Web 2 stuff. Now we move into Web 3, India is pretty much playing the lead role in all of this. A lot of innovation has happened, a lot of development has happened over the years, and India is now one of the most technically advanced areas of the planet. And their move into Web3 and crypto is going to be extremely exciting. So a blockchain that is going to power this is also something that's worthy of my investment. So before we look at the Algorand chart, I just want to look at what's going on in Bitcoin. Bitcoin has been in this downtrend like this. Guys, this downtrend, more often than not, it results in a break towards the upside. And my price target here for this particular move would be around 32,500. That would catapult Bitcoin beyond any doubt, in my opinion, that we're going to roll over into a bear market. Now, what we had was this dip towards the downside. And I think this means that we're going to be looking sooner rather than later at a potential move upwards, right? Because what we had was this white candle on the left was a dip below this blue line. This blue line is liquidity, guys. To move higher, they need to get down into this area to collect all of the sell orders without shifting the price too hard. What they'll do is a lot of people in buy orders, like in longs, will have stop losses sat under the previous wicks. They drive the price down, they collect all of those stop losses, and then they slowly start to move the price back up. And you can see what happened. Literally after we dipped below that blue line, we pushed aggressively above it again. I think that we could well be seeing a move out of this pattern in literally the next few days. Whether we see a move like this, let's see. I think it could be on the cards, guys. I do think that we are bullish still on the Bitcoin. I do think that drawing this line across here shows you exactly what's going on in Bitcoin. I do think we're guaranteed pretty much to have another leg up right now that no one's really ready for, and no one's paying attention, and everyone's going to be buying after it's blown up into that area rather than us who are smart and we could buy down here rather than pay like 40% more. Now this is huge because if we look at Algorand, few projects are looking more crappy right now on a price chart. And you're like, well, what do you mean? Look at it, guys. Algorand is pretty much back to previous bear market lows. This was the bear market low back in when? March 2020. Algorand is literally in that zone right now. Now, if we zoom in closer, you will see something interesting. Algorand has been descending aggressively into this. Now, I don't know whether it's going to continue to go lower and lower and lower. The upside potential from here, even back to this swing high that we saw back in February, guys, is literally what? 130%. I can't help but feeling Algorand is more than ready to really push out of this zone. And yeah, you've got this bad news, negative news coming in all the time from the SEC, but the Algorand tech is solid. You know, it's already been well established in France. It's going to establish itself in India. You got to back these projects, guys. And when it's dipping lower and lower and lower, it's really hard to identify. But I tell you what, if Bitcoin suddenly, and it could happen in the next 10 minutes, decides to go on a run up 30-40%, you're going to see Algorand exploding up 50%, 100% in a very short space of time because it's so low right now and it's sat in such a great position. In my opinion, Algorand is a great buy right now. That's not financial advice. You need to do your own research and understand whether or not it's worth buying. It could go to zero. You could lose everything. So be very cautious of using any money that you can't afford to lose. Guys, if you enjoyed that video, do me a favor, hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, you want to know more about coins like Algorand and whatever, then subscribe and I'll see you in the very next video. Bye-bye.